Hello guys, me Luiz again, and what's up basically? So basically this is a new squad that I made. Is basically the Barclays Premiership flops. And I tried to go with all the flops that are currently in the Premiership still, and the most recent one, so you know about it. So it's a basic formation 4-4-2, and the reason why a lot of people aren't in the correct formations is mainly the fact that obviously 4-4-2 being a good formation as it is kind of expensive as well. So first in goal you've got is Gomez, who's a really dodgy goalkeeper in real life, but in the game he's absolutely amazing. He made a triple save in a row for me in one game. So yeah, I think I paid around 700-800 coins for him, but at times he can really be disappointing and frustrating, and other times he can really shine. So he's not really much of a reliable goalkeeper, but I'm sure if he has 99 morale he'll play at his best. So like I said before, he costs around 1k, which is kind of cheap as well for a goalkeeper that's 80 overall and Brazilian. So yeah, next you've got is David Luiz. He is a major flop in real life. He's always in the wrong place at the wrong time, which always lets Chelsea down. He cost around 4.5k, which a lot of these players have decent overalls compared to real life how they play, but then again Ultimate Team I think FIFA based it on the potential that they have, hence why Torres is 86. But yeah, 79 pace is the main reason I went for him rather than other defenders such as Skilacci, who's on the bench. But yeah, I'll get to him after. 4.5k, an amazing defender. He's one of the best Brazilian defenders you get, and you'll always see that in the Brazilian teams that you'll get David Luiz, mainly the fact because he's got decent pace, well, very good pace. So next you've got is Basong, who's been a big flop. He doesn't even play in real life, I don't think. He used to play for Tottenham, I remember, and he didn't get a chance there either. 77 pace is one of the main reasons I got him. I used to have Skilacci, but he got replaced by Basong, mainly the fact Skilacci being so slow and sluggish. He had like 20 ball control, it felt like. He couldn't even get the ball under control, and he kept diving around everywhere. So yeah, Basong costs around 400 coins, so it's near discard price, which is always a good thing. And if you don't like him, you can always discard him. Then on right back you've got Basingwa, who until recently, until Via Boas came, he was not getting a single game at all. Mainly the fact I think it was Ivanovic at right back, and sometimes Paulo Ferreira, who's gone really old. So I was gonna put Ferreira, but when he came, he was a really good signing for Mourinho, him and Carvalho. But Basingwa came and he hasn't actually been performing to what you would expect him to. So I'd call him a flop. But yeah, he is one of the best right backs you can get in the Premiership, and he's also now non-shiny, so it brings down his price by a lot. I think it cost around 900 coins, and I got him in a 4-4-2, so I was really happy about that, considering his normal price is around 900 coins, so I didn't pay extra. So next you got is Wayne Bridge, who cost me 2.5k in 4-1-2-2. Mainly the fact the other 4-back formation was for around 2k, so I went with this one. Mainly the fact that I'm kind of guaranteed to get my money back, being a 4-1-2-2. I went for the Man City one because I don't know how he plays at Sunderland, but at Man City he was a major flop, and now they've got two left backs just in case, who is Kolarov and Clichy. But yeah, so far the defense is actually alright when you play with them in the game, which is good. They're kind of pacey except for Bridge, who can lay you down, but I couldn't really find any other left back, so I went with Bridge. So right mid you've got is Nzogbia, who recently I think said that he can't be bothered playing for Aston Villa or something along those lines. He's not finding it fun anymore, and when you see him play he seems really unfair, and like he doesn't care about the club, whereas last season he had an amazing season at Wigan, and that's why he was bought, because Aston Villa sold Ashley Young and Stuart Downing, who I've also got in this team. So next you guys Anderson, who I think United bought for 20 million. It was along with Nani in that one summer. He's turned out to be a huge flop. Only recently with Cleverly he's starting to show signs that he's got the potential to become at least a decent player, so which is always a good thing. I got the upgraded version, mainly the fact that he's a lot better, and he's got around 98 curve, 95 shot power, 90 short pass, so it does really help the 90 short pass. Next you've got, and he cost around 5k, sorry, and Nzogbia cost around 1k I think it is, but You can always pick up a 4-for-2 in around 1.5k, but at the time I never had much coins until I got to Torres, who I'll come to last, seeing as he's the best player in the team. So next you got is Henderson, who hasn't lived up to his expectations, who was bought for 20 million. You could only say that he's a youngster, but you could say he's a youngster, like I said, but he is a flop in my eyes, a major flop actually. He doesn't really play good at all. He was at right mid first, and I had Shelby, John Joe Shelby. If you lot don't know who he is, he's that bold guy who's probably the shittest player Liverpool have. But yeah, he's on the bench. He used to be there, but then I replaced him. And Henderson came around 400 coins, which is decent price, as he's close to his Discord as well. So left mid you guys Downing, who I got for around 1k. It was either him or Shavin. I haven't put Shavin in the squad. You can see mainly the fact that he did have a good start, and I think he has become unsettled, so you can't really blame him. But yeah, I was gonna put him, but I think I've got enough flops already, so I wasn't gonna go into reserves. So Downing's got decent overall stats. He does have a really good left foot cross, unlike real life. I put him in there. People will say that he's only had a good 6-7 months with Liverpool, but come on, 20 million for a player that hasn't even done a single assist or a goal, yeah. And he's only scored against Oldham, who's probably one of the shittest team I know. And he costs around 1k, so it's decent price. Again, being Discord, you lose out 300 coins. So next you guys Andy Carroll, who is probably one of the shittest players in the squad, I gotta admit, but I had to put him there, being one of the major flops in real life. 35 million pounds, and what has he scored? Like around 5 goals. 75 pace. His pace is alright. It doesn't seem that slow in the game, and he's really strong as well. So the main threat that he has is aerial threat. I've had so many one-on-ones with him, and he can't finish to save his life, which fucking sucks. But oh well, you get past it when you've got this guy Torres, who cost around 37k for me in 4-for-2. I had to get him in 4-for-2 because you'd always want a player of his ability to be in 9 chemistry. So he's been a major flop in real life, spending 50 million pounds, and I think he's only gotten about 7 goals or so. But he does play good. He's got more assists than goals. And here's a fun fact: he's got more yellow cards for Chelsea than he has goals for Chelsea. And also the fact that he scored more against Chelsea than he has for Chelsea, which always amuses me. But 86 pace, 84 shot, he's actually amazing in the game. I used to always buy him, but I decided to get him and sell my informed Giovinco, because you just have to get this guy as one of the biggest flops he has been. So 4-star skill as well, so you can't really go wrong with that. You can see he's probably one of the major flop. He probably plays the shittest out of all these players in real life, but yet somehow he's the highest overall. So you can see on the bench there's Ireland, David Bentley, who I think still on loan from Tottenham, so yeah, I do count him as a flop. Poulsen, you just have to put him there. He's probably one of the shittest players. You can still see him wearing the Liverpool kit, so that was good for me. Joko, he's a loan at LOSC Lille from Liverpool. I was gonna put Conchessi as well, but he's been sold and he's playing decent, so you can't really call him that big of a flop. And also the fact that he wouldn't really fit in the squad. So next you guys Aquilani, he's a flop as well. 17 million. I think they bought him. He was injured for the season. He came back. They loaned him. He came back. They loaned him out again, and I think he's on loan currently at AC Milan as well. Not sure if the deal's been permanent or not. Next you got Schillaci, who is probably the worst signing and the worst player in this team. He's fucking so annoying as well. Worse than Andy Carroll, man. Like, you pass the ball to him in defense and he just trips over the ball. That's what it feels like. And next you got is Shelby, who is absolute bollocks and shit, and any other word you can get to describe hate on him. His passing is so shit. I don't even know why I have him. I feel like discarding him. You know what? I'm gonna discard him. So annoying. I paid 1k for him, mainly the fact that you can't really get him for cheaper, and I have no idea why. But yeah guys, that's been it for today. Remember to favorite, subscribe and like the video. It always helps out a lot. So tell me what you think of this squad if you end up getting it. Alright guys, peace. I guess real recognizes mirroring.